Hey there, you guys, and welcome to the Steele Wars Hyperchat. It is Tuesday, the 29th of December, 2020. Hey, listen up. If you're in that chat, sorry we're running a bit late, but we are on holiday times here. So had a very constructive day cleaning the kitchen. We're trying to get the house spotless for the new year. Here's how you know when someone's serious about cleaning the kitchen. They move the oven. I move the oven. Among other things, under the oven was broken glass and my Australian driver's license. So I'm going under the oven, you guys. It's quite a day, So Braxton says Steele should assemble the Lego Advent calendar. No, he shouldn't. I got to upload that. I've got it. Wait there. I'll upload it now. Actually, wrong window. But hey, as I do this, the Marc Maron, WTF. Don't want to break any language barriers or rules, restrictions by saying the full title. Patty Jenkins was on there to promote Wonder Woman 1984. Now, whilst Marc Maron, WTF, amazing podcast. I don't want to gatekeep anyone here, but I did listen to the first episode in the week it was released. And Marc Maron was on my podcast, I Love Green Guy Letters, the comedy podcast that I did in Australia. I sat in the garage with Marc Maron and Dave Anthony, and it was something. The dude grilled me. It was very, very, very good. But so Patty Jenkins is on there. So they recorded it before the announcement of Rogue Squadron. She's doing it to promote Wonder Woman 1984. However, she does talk about her father, who was died in a training exercise in a fighter jet, which is, in her video that she made to sort of celebrate the announcement, she said was her inspiration for doing this story. She wanted to be able to tell like the greatest fighter pilot story of all time. So, Josh McKay would like a link. If you Google WTF Patty Jenkins, it will come straight up. So I thought it would be a cool idea to listen to her talk about the inspiration. And I'm sure with the announcement soon to be made that she was doing the film, this was all brewing in her head. She may have already recorded that promotional video at this time. Who knows? I'm just speculating here. My Patty Jenkins promo video theory may well suck. But the idea of a Rogue Squadron movie, it doesn't do much for me. But the passion she has for the story does do a lot for me. So it's very exciting. So let's get this up. Share audio. God, I hope this works, everyone. We're over on WTFpod.com. And I believe This is going to be Josh. Josh wants the link of it of Marc Maron grilling me. I'm not sure if the podcast is, if that episode's up right now. Part of my cleaning at the end of the year, I do want to clean up I Love Green Guide letters, make sure it's all up there, and we've got one episode that hasn't been released. So that's on my list for the new year. So I'm not sure if it's up, Josh, but go on iTunes, I Love Green Guide Letters, Marc Maron, and see if it's there. But let's go to Pat Jenkins talking. I believe this clip is talking a bit about her father.
Care less about being a director. I just want to make cool films.
Oh, let me know if you can hear this or not as well, because, you know, things happen on this live stream.
Yeah, you know, right.
I never saw the role of a director and wanted to be it. I just want to make I just wanted to make the films I see in my head, you know?
Right.
And so that was it. I'm very emotion based. I also think, like us talking about my father, that burning damage and pain, I had no outlet for. Like, I couldn't figure out how to express it in a two-dimensional image.
You mean the grief of him being
gone?
The
grief and the romance of tragedy. You know, I was just absolutely engaged in like a dance with the romance of tragedy and longing.
Well, because you sort of, that was your way, you had to be to process it.
Yeah, totally. And there was no outlet for that in so many of these arts. And so I remember that almost the moment that I decided I wanted to do this was when Peter Gabriel did the soundtrack to Birdie, and I was living in DC at the time.
Okay, bit of chat about Peter Gabriel, but the like, that's the story that she wants to take and put into Star Wars. Let's go new places. Let's feel new feelings. Like, Bill Burr is just taking Star Wars to new places. Thank you, Braxton, for saying we can hear, considering that I didn't even bother checking back. Matthew Mole wants to know if any advent calendar is left. There is no chocolate left, because after the show, I got rid of it. I believe this next clip is her talking about superhero and fantasy films, but it might not be. But I think it is. So wait there. I just want to make sure I've shared the screen correctly. Jenkins. Share audio. All right, that seems like it's the right one. Let's go.
The camera person, and then I was a camera person for 9 years.
9 years.
8.5.
Yeah,
No. Sorry. This clip is she's had such a life. This clip, she name drops all the hip hop videos that she was a camera operator on. She sort of accidentally got into camera operating, and it was she was so successful at it. She did it for 9 years, and she, like, Nike commercials, she was saying, and she was there in the heyday for hip hop videos, or the heyday for me anyway. So this is just like, this is just a coolness flex that we've got to respect. And I think the hip hop fans amongst us will enjoy this.
Long time, because I got successful at it, and the jobs were constant and addictive.
And so, were you in the union?
Yeah, totally in the union. And you're doing all the, and
just in the union.
Height of rap videos. So I did more rap videos than I can ever describe.
Name them.
It's so funny. So many of them are like now legendary things, and at the time they weren't so.
Name them.
But it's like so many of Mary J and Biggie and Wu-Tang and I did most of the Puffy videos. You
were just on the crew on a camera.
Just on the crew constantly, on these things.
So that was your life. So you're living it, but like at that time,
Puffy, bad bad boy for life. We ain't going nowhere. We ain't. Oh, so good. Delicious. Guilty pleasure. Then there is one more clip I've got. I think this one's talking about superhero films and the like, but let's try our luck. Let us try our luck, you guys. I hope I'm going to the right page. Nope. Right there, I'll close that one. Close that one. Pardon the lack of professional camera operating here. Bang, let's go.
Then,
So you've always been hung up on superheroes?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. I've always loved the metaphor. So it was literally 2 or 3 months after my father died. My mom dropped my...
This is pretty fascinating. This is about Superman. And I know the original Superman. And I haven't seen Wonder Woman yet, 1984. We're going to watch it. Actually, Jackie wants to watch it because she's not a superhero movie person at all, but she thought Patty Jenkins sounded really cool on Marc Maron. So we are doing a Wonder Woman double feature pretty soon. But I know there is part of the plot people really don't like, and I won't spoil it. I know what it is, but it is a spoiler. And admittedly, the plot device is one of my least favorite things in a superhero or a space film. But it's weird because in the original Superman, I love that as well, but I hate how he flies backwards to save everyone. I can't stand it. Spoiler alert. And it's a similar thing to that. So it sort of fits in with that. And it's very interesting, her take on the original Superman and where it fits in with her life experience, thus what it means to her. Let's give it a listen.
Sister and I at Superman.
Yeah.
And you think about how emotional Superman, he loses his father in the beginning, and then he gets sent to Earth, and then his father dies again. I sobbed. Like, I was like just profoundly rocked by that movie. And then the release, when he goes on to become a superhero and save the world and do these things, it just had this deep, impactful effect on me as a kid.
If you're in the middle of your own grieving and unable to wrap your brain around it, and then you see it processed for you in this mythic story, and wow, that must have been very. And you're what, 8 years old, 7?
7, yeah.
That must have like reconfigured your whole brain.
Totally. So even though I always assumed I would be an artsy filmmaker, and when I made Monster, I assumed I was going to be that kind of person, the truth was, I have always had an appreciation, not for all tentpoles, but for the certain archetypal massive movie that can affect an audience in that way. Like, has always been loomed large
like
in
Star
my
Wars.
subconscious.
But
Star Wars.
Right, but not just an audience, a child's brain.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, hugely.
But you would never have foreseen. I mean, I imagine you must have excavated that memory in relation to when did you start really kind of integrating that into your story? Was it around when you did Wonder Woman or before? Did you always know that? I mean,
all right. So that is some Star Wars-esque bit of action. And again, if you want to check out the whole thing, it's WTFpod.com. I'm not sure if you could hear that, but Jackie wooed the Marc Maron plug on the show because she's quite a Marc Maron fan. James Waterman. Oh, Jason Bruno. Great pun. Trench Run DMC. Whew. Kristen Stobie says, will Rogue Squadron take place during the original trilogy timeline? I thought it was after The Rise of Skywalker, as Jason Buno suggests, but I feel like what Kathleen Kennedy said was like about error or something. It was sort of misinterpreted. What is everyone? What is everyone? Does everyone think what she said meant it was after The Rise of Skywalker? That'd be fascinating. But I get the feeling it's in an original trilogy-ish period. David Lozano says no one knows the timeline apparently. Sans Stubble says, just heard Jackie on the Blue Harvest podcast last night. Lol. She has an amazing appearance on Braxton says future era. Yeah, but okay. So that's you've nailed the thing that I want to. When she says future era, I think she means in real life. Like we're launching into a future era of putting films back on, or Star Wars stories back on the screen, not a future era in the timeline. And David Lozano points out the logo has an old school X-Wings on it. So I think that, like, thank you, Braxton, for those key words. I think her saying a future era of Star Wars filmmaking is being misinterpreted as a future era of the Star Wars timeline. Braxton says post Troth, The Wrath of Skywalker. Please, what does the chat think? Would you rather it sort of say after Return of the Jedi or after The Rise of Skywalker? Do you want episode 6.5 or 9.5? Braxton says, she says of the galaxy after that. I don't know. I don't know. See, they didn't put up the bloody thing, the logos in the timeline. That's what they needed. James Waterman says, open to both. What about post 9 flashbacks reflecting on the legacy of Rogue Squadron? Not a bad idea, but I'm going to say no, because so many of my concepts for the shows on Disney Plus involve flashbacks. Hey, if they flashbacks, Kenobi, flashbacks, Boba Fett, flashbacks. It's probably about it, really. This is Kush says, I want new Star Wars that has nothing to do with Skywalkers. I mean, I'd be into that, but I'm pretty open because of the passion. I love it. Love the passion. Oh, love it. Let's talk Star Wars fan passion. Should we talk about that just for a sec before we finish up? You probably, it's in Variety. The Pablo tweet thing. You can find out about it if you want. Listen. Jokes can be misinterpreted. Sarcastic comments can be misinterpreted. I say this as someone that made a sticker that said, your Snoke theory sucks, laughing at me and my friends, making all of us making Snoke theories and, you know, red circles. Noah Van Outlaw confirmed. He's not there. That's a joke from a previous show. But I made the sticker making fun of us because it's funny. It's silly that we come up with all these theories and stuff. And your Snoke theory sucks was just like, even before you say it, it sucks. That's the joke. And it was making fun of like me as much as anyone. And I've had, you know, and people took that I was insulting them. And there was blogs, and it was just like I couldn't even and I'm here telling them like, hey, that's not how I meant it. I couldn't have even conceived that it could be taken in such a negative light. And some people just refused to take that information in, and will continue complaining about it today. And listen, apparently, I didn't come up with this. Is things that I've been told from people directly to me. I didn't come up with it. I was taking the fall because there was such a backlash to the photo of Rian Johnson holding the sticker that Lucasfilm got me to take the fall for the sticker. So talk about misinterpreting stuff. Now, listen, I tweeted this. Once offended, people will bend the truth and ignore emerging information to stay that way. This is very 2020. Their pride and emotion makes them sort of impervious to the logic that maybe they got worked up about something that wasn't there. And it's like, once you're angry, it's hard to get unangry about something. When you find out maybe you misread it, and so you immediately jump to the worst conclusion. For instance, right? This guy that that tweeted me saying how I was defending targeted harassment or something, and it's like he was making like a sarcastic comment at the person that was poking fun at someone tearing up over a Star Wars show. And I say this as someone that teared up over the same Star Wars show. Like I also think it's like super funny that I cried at a Star Wars show. And it's also admirable to have such passion for such stuff, but you have to keep such passion in check. So anyway, so he's like having a go at Pablo Hidalgo and changing his surname to a funny word to him. Very poor man's Nelson Muntz, you know, early high school teasing type stuff. Now, he doesn't want to give him the benefit of the doubt that he's misreading the joke. So as he is making fun of someone with a non-Anglo sounding name, should I interpret his joke in the worst possible way and say that he's a racist? I mean, if we're going to play by the same rules and take everything in the worst possible way, can't I play that too? Or should I just give you the benefit of the doubt and you're just like venting some steam by making a funny version of your surname? I don't know. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. Maybe you should too. Now, Variety did an article about it, and they said that it brought back the wounds of The Last Jedi. Wounds? It's not anyone's fault that Variety used that word, but wounds from a film? Come on. Come on. And hey, someone's probably watching this now and is gonna misconstrue, take what I say in the worst possible way. It's a cycle. So good luck with it. Listen, I'll tell you a secret. it's not a big deal. The whole thing is not a big deal. Like, even if it's at its worst, it's like, so what? But once you got a grudge, it's hard to go back. Anyway, we'll probably be back tomorrow. Yes, we will. 30th. We'll be back tomorrow, and we will do probably some Patreon Q&A. Hope you enjoyed the show. If there's some silly influx of people, if you want to comment, that's great. I read them all. If you're at all abusive or name calling, I just delete them. So that's what's up with that. Haven't got time for it. Hey, clearly, without question, this podcast has gone on
long enough.
So may that force be with you.